We are packed up and ready to leave Calaveras Big Trees State Park. We had a fun time hiking around and seeing some of these giant sequoia trees that they have here, which are absolutely enormous, and we definitely don't have anything like that back in Indiana. We are ready to leave this campsite though, because it's infested with a bunch of yellow jackets, which turns out they call them by a different name out here.
Meat bees.
And why do they call them meat bees?
Because I like meat.
And what happened with you and the meat bees?
I accidentally touched one, squeezed it between my legs, and I didn't know it was there, and it bit me.
And did it feel good?
No, it hurt.
Hurt bad, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they aren't fun. So we're glad to be moving on. Hopefully the next place we go at Lassen Peak doesn't have any more of these meat bees. Our path to Lassen Peak took us through California's Great Central Valley. This valley is home to one of the most productive agricultural regions in the world, producing a significant portion of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts grown in the United States. Where are we going, Nolan?
I forget, In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah. Pit stop here at In-N-Out Burger, which is something we don't have back home. Just got our food and it looks really good.
The little kids, they're super picky and they were not excited about having grilled cheese on a burger bun. And I was like, you just need to try it. It'll be good. And luckily they like it.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Wow.
I'm surprised that this has been this good. I thought it wouldn't be very good because it's on a burger bun, but it's really good.
I think the verdict is that everyone is enjoying it and it's pretty good, so we're happy that we made this stop. It's everybody's first time here except for Alexa and Lauren and me. How did everyone like their In-N-Out Burger?
It was good.
Awesome. It was a great pit stop, but now we gotta make another one at Walmart and then we'll be back on the road to our next stop. We are in the middle of the Central Valley fruit fields. We stopped at this fruit stand.
Okay, so we got some peaches and then we got these that are they were cheaper because they're really ripe, and there's nectarines, peaches, and plums in here. They look really good. Forest fire up ahead.
We think it's the one we saw from Reno a week ago. We're just on the other side of the mountains from it now, in California. The smoke plume we saw was actually from the growing monster Dixie Fire, which we would become more familiar with over the next few days and would soon grow into the largest single wildfire in California history. Oh, look at that smoke. That's terrible.
Looks really smoky up ahead.
We rolled into our campground in Child's Meadow just as the sun was setting with a spectacular view of Lassen Peak in the distance. Well, it appears our luck dodging the smoke from all the fires burning around the west has finally run out. Last night behind me would have been an incredible view of Lassen Peak in the distance, but now all it is just a complete pea soup fog, thick smoke layer that's rolled in during the night. I can smell the smell of burning forest in the air everywhere. This is coming from a fire that's to the south of here, I think, that's rolling up this way. So maybe the wind will shift later today and it'll clear this out, but right now it looks pretty bad. Where are we going today?
Wait, a hot spring.
Yeah, and what else? Where do hot springs come from?
Volcano?
Volcano, yeah. We're going to Lassen Peak.
Wait, is it up there?
Yep, you can't see it right now though because the smoke is so thick. Smoke is lifted a little bit. You can faintly see some of the mountains surrounding us now. So we're gonna head into the park and hopefully things aren't too bad up there smoke-wise and we can check some of the cool features out of Lassen Volcanic National Park. You can actually see Lassen Peak now through the haze for the first time this morning, so hopefully things are clearing off. There's the volcano. We have made it to Lassen Volcanic National Park entrance. Where are you taking me? Oh. It's a volcano. That's a different kind of volcano. Cinder cone, shield cone, composite cone. We're taking our first hike here at the Sulfur Works. I'm gonna go up and see what kind of geothermal stuff we can find. The smell of sulfur is pretty thick in the air. Found our first geothermal feature here. I think that's the Sulfur Works over there. Did you see the steam over there? The other way. Yeah.
Volcano. Okay, the colors. Do you remember, Brian?
The yellow is sulfur for sure.
It smells like, I don't know, it smells like grossness.
It smells like sulfur.
Like rotten eggs, kind of, huh?
They've never smelled rotten eggs.
Imagine good eggs, except rotten. That's what it smells like.
I like the smell of it.
Why do you like the smell of it?
Because, I don't know,
It smells cool and like weird and like something you don't normally smell in nature.
Yeah.
For me, I don't personally like the smell, but it's worth it to see the amazing things that come out of it.
Yeah, and it lets you know that there's something here. There's an actual volcano that's underneath all this.
Yeah.
The smoke is still really thick across the mountains. You can't hardly see further than a few miles before the smoke blocks everything out.
He's like getting worse too.
Yeah, we need to worry about Nolan. He's a little boy and he likes to run off, and we don't want him to fall into a thermal feature. Whoa, look at that. That is so cool, isn't it, Noli?
Is that big bump from how hot?
That's gas that's boiling out, I think. There's Lassen Peak, the main volcano, the big one. We are right below Lassen Peak on Helen Lake, which is beautiful and blue, with an amazing picnic spot. Right, Noli? It is like so blue. We are up here at Lake Helen picnic area just below Lassen Peak. This lake is amazingly beautiful, blue color. It's a perfect spot for a picnic. I mean, it's got to be one of the top picnic spots we've had, and that's saying a lot. A little bit of wind up here, and it wouldn't be a picnic without wind blowing stuff away. A tree mansion?
It's natural.
A natural tree mansion, huh? Up through here, huh?
There's a lot of it. Go back here.
What is it?
I can see. That's my room. That's my room.
Oh.
This is the living room.
Wow.
The couch.
That's cool.
We're trying to get to my room. Come in, Daddy.
You have your own room, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mine's the biggest. No, his is the smallest.
Cool. I like
This
it.
room's small.
We are beginning the hike to the Bumpus thermal area where there are some different springs and thermal features.
Do those ones sting?
It's a bumblebee.
Does it sting?
It could if you messed with it, but they're usually pretty nice. We rounded a corner at a high point in the trail, and the menacing pyrocumulus cloud of the Dixie Fire came into full view. The cloud, which we had passed many miles further south on the way to Lassen Peak, had grown substantially in the past day and moved northward to where it appeared to be within a distance not much greater than 20 miles now. That sign says that you should not go off the trail or you might fall through the crust and burn, right, Nolan? We don't want to do that, so we'll stay on the trail. One of the larger thermal areas in Lassen Volcanic National Park, which contains many hot springs, fumaroles, and mud pots, is named after a settler from the 1860s named Kendall Van Hook Bumpus. Bumpus discovered the geothermal area, and while on a trip to show off his finding in 1865, he fell through a crust covering a scalding hot mud pot. The burns resulted in his leg being amputated, and the spot has forever since been named Bumpus Hell. The Bumpus thermal area did not disappoint. It is really beautiful. There are so many amazing colors, blues and oranges and reds all around. There's boiling springs and vents that are putting out sulfur smell. It's pretty cool. Definitely could tell you're near a volcano. What do you guys think of this? Does it remind you of Yellowstone?
Crazy. Don't let us call it Yellowstone.
Wait till you see the real Yellowstone. This is like baby Yellowstone. But it's still pretty cool. We are now walking on a trail through the area that was devastated during the 1914 and 15 eruptions of Lassen Peak. All these big boulders that are around here were ejected from the volcano when it blasted sideways during that eruption. This is one of the biggest boulders that was ejected. We just read the sign here, and this rock has different circles of other kinds of textured rock within it.
They're called quenched blobs.
And it's, yeah, the sign says they're quenched blobs. Apparently the blobs cooled faster and were hard, while the other magma around them was still liquid, and so that encased these little pockets of other stone in there. And you can actually feel the difference. The surrounding stuff is smooth, and the quenched blobs is kind of rougher in texture. After an amazing day exploring the wonders of Lassen Volcanic National Park, we returned to our campsite at the Highlands Ranch Resort in Childs Meadow to relax for the evening. Off in the distance, as the sun sank in the west, the looming cloud of the Dixie Fire slowly creeped closer to us.